This is kind of a new group, no training camp, a new look offensively, and definitely a new look defensively. So we got tons of work to do. We're grateful for the victory tonight, the lessons we can learn, and the process that we're undertaking with games like this against high quality opponents. But we got to keep building. And as far as Kai, I'm excited to get him back. He's an incredible basketball player, and to have him back in the building tomorrow will be exciting. And we'll start to integrate him and figure out a way to make this whole thing work. And it's a great challenge for us. Challenge may not be the right word. It's a great puzzle for us to put together and for us to figure out how to be the most efficient.
Nets World, it's your boy AJ back. It's Nets News, #we go hard. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe if you're new, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a video. And make sure you follow me on Instagram at NetsKingdom711. I do stream games on IG Live. Make sure you guys do that. Now, Nets World, we're back. It was a great win yesterday, and we should feel encouraged that we beat a great defensive team, one of the top teams in the Bucks. So now we got to move on to the Cleveland Cavaliers. We actually played them twice. So the Cleveland Cavaliers are 6-7, and they're 7th in the Eastern Conference. Look at the depth chart. They start Damian Dotson, Isaac Okoro, Cardi Osman, Larry Nance Jr., and Andre Drummond. Now, as you guys know, the Cavs are really banged up. Their top two guards, Colin Sexton, is dealing with the calf, and Darius Garland is dealing with the shoulder. Then you have Kevin Love dealing with the calf strain. He's been in and out the lineup. And as we all know, Kevin Porter Jr. is fighting the Cavs with his toxic situation, food situation. But the story behind it is basically that the Cavs gave away Kevin Porter's locker room to our own Taurean Prince. And then Kevin got tight, started throwing food and yelling and all that toxic stuff. So most likely he will still be out for the game. I think he tried to go to practice, and then the GM confronted him, and he started yelling something like, "Oh, this is modern day slavery. I should be playing." And so ever since then, he's been banned from the team's practice facility. So we're still waiting on Kevin Porter Jr. if he's going to be traded or released. Now, as you guys know, the Cavs have been dealing with a ton of trade rumors also and drama. So the report is Andre Drummond might be on the trade block. Now, it says here, quote, "With the Cleveland Cavaliers would love to keep veteran Andre Drummond beyond this year, a new report indicates that Drummond's price tag is likely to be more than the team can pay, with the veteran expected to ask for a multi-year deal at a price higher than $28.75 million he's making this season. So it's either they agree on a new deal or Drummond will be gone by the trade deadline." And I know what y'all thinking. Can we get Andre? No, we can't. That's too expensive, y'all. No. We are already almost projected $15 million over the cap with our big three. Think about that, guys. The Nets are so deep into salary cap. So those three roster spots I've been telling y'all about, we have to sign cheap. We don't really have enough money like that to sign a big guy like Andre Drummond. $28 million is a lot of money. Now, one center we can get is JaVale McGee. His current salary is $4.2 million for the rest of the year. Now, the Cavs could waive him. We could sign him. Then the Cavs would have to pay the rest of his salary. I think it's like $4 million. Or the Cavs could buy him out, just pay him his full $4 million and say goodbye, good riddance. And then we could easily sign JaVale McGee for something really cheap, maybe something lower than $4 million to save us money. You know what I mean? So let me break down the Cavs team rankings, y'all. So the Cavs are last in the NBA in scoring, 30th. They're 4th in the NBA points in the paint. They're 22nd in three-point percentage, and they're last in three-pointers made. They're 20th in total rebounds per game, and they're 2nd in defense. Now, the only player we have to focus on and lock down is their best player, Andre Drummond. He leads their team in points, rebounds, and blocks. He scores 19.2 points per game, averages about 15.8 rebounds per game, and 1.6 blocks. Oh man, what can I say about Andre Drummond, man? He is the best rebounder in basketball. First thing I think about is how athletic he is. Like, although his attributes are mostly contain those of like a traditional center, he's so athletic. He passes, good lateral quickness. He's still very bouncy at 6'11", 270 plus. So he's a great finisher. Like, he got like that, that finisher ability of a guard, because he can like adjust in midair and change his shot and score. Kind of like I'm not saying he has ability of Kyrie, but you know how guards have the ability when they're in the air can change hands and do all the fancy. He has that kind of ability as a big man, which is so unique. Now his post moves is still his weakness. He started to develop a little hook shot, but he doesn't really have good post moves. It's a work in progress. So he gets a lot of his buckets on duck-ins and seal-ins. He scores a lot on backs and offensive boards, so putbacks and offensive boards. Now Andre likes to catch the ball in the post, and then what he does is he'll face up and drive on you and finish because he has a really good handle for a big man. He's underrated for his handle. His handle is really good. He even can push it in transition, but again, he is a really good finisher, so he doesn't miss those easy gimmies or layups off the rim. That's why his points stack up like quietly. Like you'll turn around and blink an eye and then he'll have 30 on you, because when he drives and scores, he don't miss those little gimmies. Like he makes almost all of them. So you'll look up at the scoreboard and he'll have like 30 real quick. So he is also a very good passer, y'all. So you have to respect his playmaking. So what scares me the most is that this might be DeAndre's biggest challenge, because Andre is easily a top 10 center in the NBA. Like I said before, he's the best rebounder in basketball in my eyes, in my opinion. He's just good at finding angles and positioning his body to get a ton of rebounds. Like he be getting 20 boards like it's easy, y'all. Like, so easy money. He's also a great defender because of his lateral quickness, and he can move his feet a little, and he can block shots too. So we gotta watch out for Andre. Like, we might have to throw the boat at him. We gotta throw DeAndre at him, Reggie Perry at him. You guys know, like, he could hurt us. Like, Andre Drummond is our weakness because he can hurt us the most, because you guys know our lack of depth at the big man position. So people really sleep on Andre's handle. So he definitely has the best handle in basketball, y'all. And I actually got a personal story about Andre Drummond. So me and my brother both played AAU, and he was on the older team, but I went down to Nationals in Florida to support him. So we get down there and we play a team called CBC from Connecticut, an AAU team. Shout out anybody from Connecticut that knows about CBC or that AAU basketball team. So we get down there and I see this 6'10", 6'11" massive dude on the court. I'm like, who is this? And when you get to Nationals, like, it's just a whole bunch of good players, so you don't know really who's good and who's not. But there was kind of like rumblings about this guy's really good. So I'm watching my brother play, and they tips it off, and I'm like, damn, is this guy really in 17 and under? Because he don't even look 17. Like, he looked like that he does now. Like, he looked like he had a beard. He was built. He looked 30. So anyway, my brother team gets clapped by like 40 or 50. But what shocked me the most about Andre back then in AAU, like, I saw him up close. Like, what shocked me the most is his coach would literally let him play point guard. Like, he would get the inbound and bring it full court. Like, he would literally like do in and outs and crossovers, get by people, and then he'll just windmill on people, and he would have like 40 points in the game, but he's literally bringing the ball down court. Like, he would be point guard, bringing the ball down court, in and out crossover, and just dunking on people. He wouldn't be shooting or nothing like that, but he would just be dunking on people like windmills. And all my brother's teammates were just too scared to guard him. They were just literally, because he's just so big and strong and just so athletic. Like, he was doing reverses in games. Like, I think he even tried to do like a between the legs in the game. Like, that's how crazy he was in AAU, y'all. So that's my little personal story about Andre. But what's crazy is, like, when Andre got to the league, I realized teams kind of like morphed him back into like a traditional center. Like, he was doing all that flashy stuff in AU and dunking and dribbling full court, doing moves, crossovers. But when he got to the NBA, he just turned back into a traditional center, you know what I mean? But, you know, just doing like sky hooks and stuff like that. But you know what? Now on the Cavs, he's doing like he's going back to the old Andre. If you watch the games or watch his highlights, he is dribbling a lot more now. Like, he incorporates that in his game. It's just funny how I saw that from a close point of view, y'all. So that's my little personal story on Andre Drummond. Let me know in the comments how you guys feel. This might be the first sighting of the big three, y'all. So we might see Kyrie. I'm interested to see how Steve Nash incorporates him. This should be a light win for us again. It should be a light win. Although Andre is our weakness and the center is our weakness, it should be a light win for us, y'all. All we have to do is Stop Andre Drummond, box out, because he's a demon on the boards. I told you guys, he's one of the best. He's probably the best rebounder in NBA. He's a demon on the board. Just gotta box him out, possibly get him in foul trouble. If we can get him in foul trouble, that'll be perfect, yo. The best thing for Andre is to just chill on the bench. You know what I mean? Chill on the bench. And then as far as the other shooters go or the other players go, they don't scare me. You know what I mean? They have a whole bunch of like new rookie guys. They don't really scare me. But also, will we see Jared Allen and Torian Prince in this game, y'all? Will we see Jared Allen, y'all? Will Jared Allen get his revenge? Will he get his revenge on us? Let me know in the comments. Will Torian play? Will Torian get his revenge on us? But again, I'm so happy that hopefully we get to see Kyrie, James Harden, and KD all take the floor for this Cleveland game. I'm praying everything works out so Kyrie can play, because I'm dying to see it. Again, I'll be streaming the game on IG Live just in case anybody needs to see that game. Make sure you follow me on there. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. It's your boy AJ. It's Nets News. # we go hard. Brooklyn forever. Brooklyn Nets gang gang. You know what it is. I'm out.